It's early and cold on a mid-January morning in Vermont. What would we do without a warm and inviting diner? Even better, a truly historic one.
It's got a great classic feel. It's all the original countertops. So when you come here, it's like stepping back 70 years in time.
Brian Lewis is the lucky man who owns the Parkway Diner in South Burlington. It's a genuine Worcester dining car, medallion number 839, delivered new here in early 1950.
Not many of these left, right? There are 3 that I'm aware of in New England and 7 in the country. My staff loves it. Everyone that walks in through the door, like, they immediately feel like they're at home.
Big smiles, great history. Food was pretty winning too. Omelet with Vermont cheddar and homemade English muffins. Nice touch. From South Burlington, 13 miles on 89 South to Richmond, Vermont, where there is little mystery about what you'll find on Round Church Road.
It's actually 16 sided on the outside and 32 sides on the inside, and we don't know of any other round church in the United States.
Actually, that would be in all of North America. Richmond's Old Round Church was built in 1813 as both a town meeting house and was once home to 5 separate Christian congregations. The town used it for elections and town meeting until the 70s. A major restoration on the church was done in 1980 in time for its big close-up and the town's bicentennial in 1994. Now a National Historic Landmark and popular wedding and sledding venue, it's maintained by the Richmond Historical Society and volunteers like Fran Thomas, who all summer answers the perennial visitor question, why is it round?
The real reason probably is that the head builder his parents lived in Claremont, New Hampshire, and there was a church in Claremont that had a semicircle round addition.
Maybe, but the popular lore is that a church with no dark corners gave the devil no place to hide.
Oh, absolutely, that's certainly what we tell our guests when people come to visit.
Only minutes away, also in Richmond, we stopped in at one of Vermont's greatest ski stories. No, Cochran's will never be confused with Killington or Stowe. No impressive vertical drop, no aerial lifts, just simple surface ones. A small, no-frills lodge that's only about the basics, but look closely. No frills doesn't mean no fanfare. All of those racing bibs have been worn by several generations now of Cochran's, representing a small mountain of Olympic medals. It starts with Ginny and Mickey Cochran, father of 3 girls and a boy, who moved to a farmhouse with a hill in Richmond, Vermont, ready to encourage the family's love of skiing and racing.
He felt like in order for us to do the best that we could, not to be the best in the world or anything like that, but just to do our best, that you needed to train more than just weekends during the winter. And so that was his dream, to put up a rope tow in the backyard.
Dad's idea paid off. The Cochran kids became world-renowned skiers, winning Olympic medals, including Barbara Ann's gold in the slalom at Sapporo in 1972. The ski hill, meanwhile, became open to everyone. In 1998, the Cochran family ensured that it became the nation's first fully nonprofit ski area. Today, Mickey and Ginny's grandchildren run things.
A lot of folks talk about a ski resort or a ski mountain, and I always kind of catch myself when I say that it's a community ski hill.
Indeed, it's a surviving example of a wonderful but vanishing Vermont tradition, small ski hills run by and for the local community, where the often impossible cost of skiing for many is no object.
I mean, the mission is no child will be denied an opportunity to ski or ride.
It takes a lot of local volunteers, and for the Cochrans, wearing a lot of hats. Jimmy Cochran goes from a snowcat back to the kitchen. Marilyn's son, Roger Brown, makes sure he's in place on the hill to coach kids after school. But for local families, it works.
My kiddo took her first ski lesson less than a week ago, and she has wanted to come back 4 times this week.
She's liking it.
Yeah, she's loving it.
And who knows, perhaps there's a future Olympian on this hill right now. And the amazing legacy of success here continues. In 2022, 50 years after Barbara Cochran won gold at Sapporo, her son Ryan Cochran Siegel won silver in Beijing.
Pretty special.
Right?
Yeah. I figure Mom and Dad were up there going, the Cochrans have enough gold, silver will be just fine.
Good for them. That's an awesome legacy. Back to the round church. Just to clarify, there are other round churches in the United States. We've heard from many of you. Thank you very much. But the one in Richmond is the only one that is a 16-sided polygon design. That's what makes it unique.
Oh, and just to go back to the skiing and just some perspective of how expensive it is in Vermont, the average cost of an adult lift ticket is about $150 for a day pass, some even as high as $200. At Cochran's, a weekend day pass for an adult is $19. Those community hills are really important.
Yeah, some of the big resorts are over $200 now. Up next, an art scene that's pretty sweet.